And welcome to LakinSports.com. A Monday afternoon, a windy and chilly day here at Loucks Park in Lakin, but we're getting set for Bronx baseball here on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube and LakinSports.com. We're just a little bit late getting on the air, but we're going to go a little early in our start times today. Because of the weather and some rain in the area, they're going to start first pitch at 3:40. So with that, we're going to jump right into our coaches interview. We had a chance to talk to Bronx head coach Steve Davidson prior to today, and today is senior night, and we're going to talk about the seniors that are playing their final home game here at Loucks Park. We're going to jump right into the interview, and when we come back, we'll get set for first pitch. Thanks for joining us for Bronx Baseball. And welcome back to LakinSports.com. I'm Brett Hendricks. Thanks for joining us today for Bronx Baseball. Bronx back home today at Loucks Park to take on the Cimarron Blue Jays. Not a historical High Plains League matchup, but a very crucial matchup towards regional seeding coming up here in a couple of weeks. We're now joined by Bronx head coach Steve Davidson. And Coach, a not so beautiful but typical spring baseball day here at Lakin.
Yeah, at least we're going to get them started. Yesterday it didn't look like we'd be even able to play, and this morning didn't look too good. But right now we're going to at least get it started.
And we're going to get started. There is some rain on the way, and of course there's going to be an early start today as well. Try to get both of these games in. But like I said, crucial games right now. The Bronx sit at number 3 in the upcoming regional seeding. Cimarron is number 7. The games don't help them as much as it would Lakin to get a couple wins today if they could.
Yeah, again, with the pitching situation, real important, regional to, maybe be the top 2 seed would be nice, and 3 is not bad either, but I know we're real close between 4 and 5, so, we need to get a couple wins.
Yeah, this time of year, not like, you say it every year, even towards sub-state in basketball, you have districts in football. It always seems the importance of those games, but every game is important, but they just become a little bit more magnified as you get set to go to the postseason.
Yeah, and you don't want to take 2 or 3 steps backwards either. We're going to be playing at our best when we get to this time of the season, and a little bit catching the ball. Hopefully today, we make plays, and there's going to be errors. Just can't be 5 and 6 errors in one inning, and that's kind of what we've done a few times this year.
And today is definitely going to be a test of a ball in the air again, and it seems like night in and night out. And of course, both teams have to play in the same situations, but it just seems like other teams have managed it a lot better than the Bronx have.
Yeah, that's true. And I don't know why, because we practice it all the time too.
Yeah.
But again, just kids having some confidence. Not as I've said before, they kind of freak out sometimes. The ball's coming their way, and you can't do that. You just got to relax and be thinking ahead. What's the wind going to do when the ball is hit? We should know that.
Yeah.
We played out here enough, but we don't. Our approach again. We've been working on our approach, trying to get it better as far as how we attack the ground ball and how we attack the fly ball when the wind's blowing. So, like I said, we just got to go out there and do it.
Right field and center field ought to be easy to play today for the simple reason the right fielder ought to be standing just in front of the warning track.
Yeah.
And center field probably a little bit over towards right, but about 3/4 of the way back, I would say. And, just for one, you want to keep the ball in front of you because it's a lot easier to come in than it is to go back. And we've seen that happen, too, misplayed a ball where he took a few steps in, then have to, oh, no, here we go, we have to retreat. So
Yeah, the ball's going to carry well to center and right. There's no doubt because with the wind out of the northeast, not going to carry that well to left field, but our left field's really big, so you can't just put 2 guys out in right field. That's not going to work out very well.
There won't be any golf carts sitting out along the fence where they could visit with the right fielder today, so he's going to be a lonely man here this afternoon. Today against Cimarron, of course, is senior night, and we touched on it just a little bit last week, but we'll talk about it here extensively. But you have 4 seniors that will play their final home games tonight, and that's Cade Lovelady, Matt Morgan, Ty Davidson, and Jace Bachman. He was right there, and I couldn't spit it out. But those 4, 3 of those 4 have been with the program through their career. Of course, Cade came out this year, but and Cade's been a great participant and a producer for this team this year, but 4 of those guys are going to play their last game today.
Yeah, and Cade has really helped us out because he came in this year and said, hey, I want to catch. And I'm like, hey, that's you got it. That is your job because we have some catchers, but that takes guys out of other positions, and that really hurts. That hurt us 2 years ago with having to move guys behind the plate that we'd rather have them at shortstop or, third base or something like that. So he has really helped out, and he's really improved as years gone along. He's been hitting the ball so much better here the last couple doubleheaders, and done a good job for us.
Definitely, if you get a kid that comes in and says, "I want to catch," it's your soul.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yes.
Ty's one of those that really came in 3 years ago when the Bronx were struggling to find players.
Yep.
Of course, everybody knows Ty is signed to run at Kansas Wesleyan, I believe, isn't it?
Yes.
Wesleyan? Yeah.
Yes.
He's going to run track at Kansas Wesleyan. We all know he's a runner. He's a track guy, but he came out, and when the Bronx needed somebody to come out and fill a roster spot, he did.
Yeah, and that's basically I asked him, would you like to come out? We need some help, and he's, it never was any doubt. He said, sure, I'll come out and play, and I really appreciate that because he's done a pretty good job for us.
Yep.
The last couple of years, and last year obviously didn't count, but the year before. So, and he is. He just when he gets on the base, a lot of speed.
Yeah.
That's what I like. It just improves our team speed so much.
Exactly. And then Jace Bachman and Matt Morgan, those are the two that have been here for 4 years. Very unfortunate that they lost their junior years last year to COVID, but those have been the two mainstays for 4 years, and they've been really, really major contributors.
Yes, very good players, and was really unfortunate to get to play last year because they just be that much better this year, and they're having great senior years the way it is. And I hope both of them get a chance to go on and play some more. I know they'd like to, and and they can. And there's lots of places out there. You just have to, we just got to find the right fit, and hopefully they can go on and play. Find
the right situation, definitely, and it doesn't always have to be the big marquee schools because a kid from Lakin's not going to go to those big marquee schools, but they can find the right situation and have a chance to play. And I know Matt Morgan definitely has a love for baseball. Jace is talented in sports, but if he wants to go on and play baseball right now, he's hitting at a 700 clip. Tell me a coach out there that wouldn't want to work with a kid that's hitting 700.
Yeah, absolutely. And and they talk about the league we play in. We don't see the best pitching, but you're still hitting 700.
Still got to hit it.
Sorry, I don't care. And you're hitting the ball hard all the time. So, I just sometimes our kids don't get a chance because of this. The Western Kansas and the competition that we see, and that's unfortunate because they are good ball players, and they could when they see better pitching, how do you know they may hit even better? So without giving the opportunity, it's hard to say what might happen, but I know they could play the game.
Yeah, Matt Morgan's batting .468. Like I said, he just has a love for the game. Jace Bachman batting .700. He has 35 hits on the year. 16 of those are for extra base hits, including 3 home runs. So not only is he hitting for average, but he is showing a little bit of power too, and able to hit gaps with the 12 doubles.
Yeah, and 2 years ago everything was pull, and really to start this year everything was pull, but his home run the other night was to right center.
Yep.
And one of his home runs in Southwestern Heights was to center field. So he's learning to actually stay back a little and see the ball longer, which just making him that much better of a hitter. So, and then that's a good thing.
It definitely is. Pitching tonight, no Jace because of his pitches on Thursday night, correct?
Yes. Yeah, he can't throw tonight.
So probably Matt's going to get a chance to pitch. Allen's available.
Yeah, Lawson. We're going to start Lawson first game.
Oh, okay.
And we do play on Thursday, so there's only a couple days rest. So we'll have to,
we
have a plan. We have a plan, but you never know if somebody's doing a great job and we're, in a ball game, winning a ball game.
We're going to cut the interview a little bit short. We are getting set for first pitch here at Laux Park. We're going to break for the singing of our national anthem, and we'll get set with first pitch.
See by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed.
Going to take one timeout. We'll be back with the starting lineups and first pitch right here on LakinSports.com, Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back.
Improvements that have had to wait. The dream vacation your family deserves. Even college tuition. Garden City State Bank can help you make it all happen now, not someday. With a home equity line of credit, you can borrow up to 90% of the value of your home, and the interest may be tax deductible. Plus, there are no closing costs, no application fees, and no annual fees. A fast, easy, convenient home equity line of credit from Garden City State Bank, a branch of the Kearney County Bank. Subject to credit approval, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
And the Bronx take the field. Getting set for our game number 1 here this afternoon. In left field, Omar Gonzalez. In center field is Braden Fisher, and Maddox Beltran will be in right field. Around the infield, Kate Lovelady at third base, Alan Martinez at shortstop, Ty Davidson, the second baseman, and playing first base is Matt Morgan. Behind the dish for the Bronx here in game 1 is Jace Bachman, and on the hill is Lawson Beamer. The Bronx come in 9-5 on the season. Currently, they are the number 3 seeded team in the upcoming regional here in a couple of weeks. And I'm still trying to write down Cimarron's lineup, and all we have is last names and numbers and positions. So we'll do the best we can, and if I find a way that I can get the first names, we'll do that as well. And we have one. Trevor comes through in the clutch. So I'll get with them here. Just try to get this lineup for Cimarron written down. But we want to thank everybody for joining us. Of course, it's an earlier start. Instead of the typical 4 o'clock, we're going to go early because of some rain in the area. So Mother Nature always dictates what we do when it comes to spring sports, no matter Lakin or wherever you're at. So we're set to go, and it looks like we've got a 1 umpire crew so far. And that probably hindered the second umpire to get here on time as well. Here we go. Braxton Harrison steps in from the right side. First pitch from Lawson Beamer, and a line shot past the third baseman up the left field line. 1 pitch, 1 hit, and Braxton Harrison at first with the leadoff single. You need this back, Trevor? I'll tell you what, if you'll announce the first names, then I'll know who they are and I can write them down. How's that? Feltman, the starting pitcher here in game 1. Now at the plate for the Blue Jays. Harrison running on the pitch. Throw to second, and they're going to say he slid in under the tag. Good throw by Jace Bachman. Nice job by Alan Martinez to play it on the hop. Harrison got a great jump. And it was going to be a great throw to get him, and it almost happened. So now a runner in scoring position at first base. It's a 1-strike count to Feltman. Rennick on deck, the designated hitter here in game 1. That pitch inside, and the count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. Lawson Beamer making the start, checks the runner at second. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. And Feltman down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. If I open this up, is it going to be too cold for you? If it gets too bad, we'll shut it. One thing about it, we don't have to worry about the wind blowing in. There's the 1-2 pitch, a bouncing ball past third. And the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. I do remember what I was going to do. Let's see if I can make this work. Brought my FM transmitter, thinking people that were sitting in their cars might be able to pull up the FM and listen today. I'll keep working on it as the day goes. Beamer checks the runner once again. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed, and Feltman down on strikes for 1 away.
Hunter Rennick.
That'll bring up Hunter Rennick. Rennick batting from the right side. Braxton Harrison at second base after the leadoff single and a stolen base. Beamer from the stretch. Pitch is fisted up the first base line and falls foul. Matt Morgan chasing it down in foul territory. And that 0-1 delivery fouled at the plate, and running down in the count 0-2. Soft liner over the head of Matt Morgan into shallow right. Ty Davidson runs it down. The throw is home, and the runner Harrison will hold at third base. So a little bloop single by Hunter Rennick.
Now batting number 8, Dylan Jones.
That'll bring up Dylan Jones. Jones also bats from the right side. First pitch inside for ball one. And I'll tell you what, that is hard for an umpire to do that at home plate. And they're going to say he was out. Martinez looked like he swiped the tag across the midsection. 2-6 on the putout. Now there's two away. Braxton Harrison stayed at third base during the stolen base attempt. Beamer throwing from the stretch. Little looper over the head of Morgan into right field will score Harrison for the first run of the day. An RBI single for Dylan Jones. Singles by the Blue Jays have them on the board first.
Now batting number 5, Emmerich Duncan.
Brings up the second baseman Duncan, now with a runner at first, 2 outs. Runner at first, Jones has a huge lead. Breaking pitch outside for ball one. Beamer's 1-0 pitch inside, and the count 2-0. Beamer's 2-0 pitch grounded toward short. Martinez up with it. Throw across. And Morgan had to go up to get it, but got the foot down in time for the out. 6-3 on the putout. And the Bronx are out of the inning, but not before Cimarron scores 1 run on 3 hits. They strand a base runner, and there were no Bronx errors. After 1/2 inning of play, the Blue Jays won, and the Bronx coming up. You're watching Bronx Baseball on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube and LakinSports.com. We'll be back.
Flashback to the days of Bebop and Bobby Sox at Flashback's Diner, Highway 50, Lakin. Fantastic burgers, Coney and Chicago hot dogs, Philly, steak, BLT, and chicken sandwiches, along with ice cream treats like the traditional banana split, sundaes, shakes, malts, and cones. Dine in or carry out. Flashback to the days of Bebop and Bobby Sox at the one and only fantastic Flashback's Diner, Highway 50, Lakin. It's time to get involved with the Lakin Recreation Commission, 702 North Campbell in Lakin. The Lakin Rec Commission with a Wellness Center, aerobics, adult programs, youth programs, sewing, and more. For more information about all the great activities of the Lake and Rec Commission, call 620-355-7039. The Lake and Recreation Commission, providing recreational opportunities to enhance the quality of life for the people of the community by promoting social interaction and the productive use of leisure time.
Welcome back to LakinSports.com. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Blue Jays lead it 1-0. And here's the Bronc lineup that Feltman will face. Leading off and pitching, Lawson Beamer. Alan Martinez will bat second. Batting third, Jace Bachman. Batting in the cleanup spot, Matt Morgan. Braden Fisher, Lovelady, batting sixth. Batting seventh at second base is Ty Davidson. Batting eighth in right field, Maddox Beltran. And batting ninth in left field, Omar Gonzalez. Still writing a few things down. And I'll finally be set to go. The early start time, don't want to make any excuses, but threw me a little bit off on my routine. And, oh well, we'll get through it. We got 2 games to figure this out before we're done. Here you go. You want those back? Okay, we can leave them there. Leading it off for the Bronx will be Lawson Beamer. Beamer on the season batting .350. Has 7 hits in 20 at-bats. He's scored 11 times and driven in 5. Has 2 doubles and a home run. The home run he hit was the inside the park variety. And the first pitch is out inside for ball 1. Feltman looks in. 1-0 pitch is high and inside for ball 2. Alan Martinez on deck, and he'll be followed by Jace Bachman. Strike taken on the inside corner. Count 2 balls, 1 strike to Lawson Beamer. Feltman's 2-1 pitch, inside for ball 3. And that pitch inside for ball 4. And the leadoff batter is aboard for Alan Martinez. Martinez batting .362 on the season, has 17 hits, scored 23 runs, driven in 9. Does not have an extra base hit to his credit so far this year. Snap throw to first. Beamer back in head first. From the stretch, Feltman's pitch lined right back to the mound. Feltman will go to second, and he'll throw it into center field. Beamer will stop at second base. So the runners will be safe. Martinez with fielder's choice. Beamer safe on the error by the pitcher. And now the Bronx with their first 2 base runners aboard for Jace Bachman. Bachman batting .700. Has 35 hits to lead the team. He's driven in a team-high 25, has scored a team-high 28. You know, what the heck, he leads the Bronx in all categories except triples, and Hunter Davis had 3, but no longer in the lineup. Bachman with 1 triple. He has 3 home runs and 12 doubles. And it's a 1-strike count to Jace Bachman. Matt Morgan on deck. Feltman looks back at the runner at second. Here's the 0-1 to Bachman. Breaking pitch is low for ball 1. 1-1 to count. One-man umpire crew so far here this afternoon. Oh, no, hey, he's here. Okay, great catch. I didn't see it. Feltman steps off, chases the runner back. I hadn't seen the umpire. He must have been here right in between innings there, in between the half innings. 1-1 pitch to Bachman. Jace with a roller towards short. Shortstop bobbles, but will go to first to retire Martinez, not in time to double up Bachman. So another fielder's choice. Now runners at the corners for Matt Morgan. Martinez down 1-6 on the play for 1 away. Matt Morgan coming to the plate, batting .468, one of 4 seniors on the team, playing their final home games here at Laux Park tonight. Matt Morgan with 22 hits. He's driven in 21, has scored 19 runs, and he has an RBI opportunity here with Beamer just 90 feet away. Bachman running on the pitch. Will steal it without a throw. Pitch was outside to Morgan for ball 1. Now 2 runners in scoring position. And that pitch outside for ball 2. 2-0. Braden Fisher on deck for Lakin. Bronx come in 9-5 on the season. The Blue Jays come in at 3-11. Bronx currently the number 3 seed in the upcoming regional. And that pitch taken at the knees for strike 1. 2-1 to count to Matt Morgan. Feltman's pitch in the dirt, blocked nicely by Dylan Jones, and the count 3-1 to Morgan. Love to see Matt get one up in this north wind with that short porch in right field. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and it's high for ball 4. He won't get a chance, but the bases will be loaded for Braden Fisher. 2 walks in the inning. Bronx have yet to register a hit. They have 2 walks and 2 fielders' choices. Braden batting .364 has driven in 17 runs. And that pitch low for ball 1. Kate Lovelady, another one of the seniors on deck. Feltman's 1-0 pitch. Low and in the dirt, blocked by Jones. In the count 2. And that one inside. Fisher turning away. 3-0 the count. Bases loaded, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the first. Cimarron on the board in the top of the first with 1 run. Here's the 3-0 pitch from Feltman. And that's past the catcher to the screen, and a bases loaded walk for Braden Fisher. Fisher with the RBI. And the Bronx are on the board as Lawson Beamer crosses the plate. That brings up Cade Lovelady. And we've got a timeout on the field. Bases are still loaded. We're in the bottom of the first. Lovelady batting .396. We talked about it in the pregame. Cade's first year of playing baseball for the Bronx. Now, he grew up playing baseball, but decided to come out as a senior. And like Coach Davidson said, he came out and he wanted to catch. Of course, he's not catching here in game 1 tonight. Jace is doing the catching duties. But for Cade to come out for his first year of varsity baseball and then want to catch, my hat's off to him. So we've got the bases loaded, still 1 out, 1 out in the bottom of the first, And if you're just joining us thinking you're ready for first pitch, we started a little bit early today because of the weather and some rain moving into the area. Feltman wants a different baseball. First pitch, Cade fouls it off the fists for strike one. Chase Bachman, the runner at third, Matt Morgan at second, Braden Fisher after the bases loaded walk at first. Feltman checks. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Lovelady. Low and in the dirt. And the count evens, 1-1 strike. Ty Davidson on deck for the Bronx. 353 down the left field line. 380 to straightaway center. 300 to right. And that pitch, a called strike on the inside corner. And the count 1-2 strikes to Cade Lovelady. 353 will not come into play today. 380 could. 300 definitely could. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Lovelady fouls it out of play off the first base side. Stays alive with the count 1-2. All of the years of doing baseball and watching baseball here at Loucks Park, I bet I've only seen a handful of home runs to left field. Pitch is high for ball two. Count is even. But believe me, I've seen a lot of them to center field over towards right field. But there's also been a lot of great left-handed hitters that have gone through the ranks here at Lakin High School with the short porch and able to hit the home runs. But a lot of the hitters, it wouldn't have mattered 300 or 340. They were out of here. So I'm not going to make excuses for the short porch with a lot of the home runs hit here. But it is a luxury, 300 feet, especially with a north wind here. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Almost got Cade. Just stepped out of the way, and now it's a full count at 3-2. So another 3-ball count. Feldman needs to deliver, and it's high for ball 4. And another bases loaded walk for the Bronx. So Lovelady with the RBI. Chase Bachman scores. Brings up Ty Davidson. Ty, one of the 4 seniors today. 235 average. Has 4 hits in 17 at-bats. Has scored 7 runs, driven in 6. Does not have an extra base hit to his credit either. And you would think with his speed that he would have some extra base hits. And that pitch, he called strike at the knees, and the count even, 1-1 strike. Maddox Beltran on deck for Lakin. Bases are still loaded. And that's low and in the dirt. Jones got a glove on it to keep it close and to keep Matt Morgan at third. 2-1 to count. And a roller towards the hole. Harrison barehands it at first. And we'll go to the shortstop for 1, and that's all they'll get. Matt Morgan scores on the play. So an RBI for Ty Davidson on the fielder's choice. Lovelady retired 3-6 for out number 2. Now runners at the corners, 2 outs for Maddox Beltran. Maddox bats from the right side. Takes the first pitch low. And Davidson steals the base without a throw. Maddox batting .278 coming into the afternoon. Has 2 RBIs, 5 hits and 18 at-bats. Has scored 1 run. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And he backs out as the count goes to 2-0. And that pitch way inside for ball 3. Omar Gonzalez on deck. Feltman looks in, 3-0 pitch, inside for ball 4. Braden Fisher scores.
Now batting, Omar Gonzalez.
I take that back. Braden Fisher doesn't score. The bases were not loaded. He remains at third base, so sorry about any confusion there. More than anything, I've confused myself. Bronx have batted around here in the first inning. Omar Gonzalez, the 9th hitter to bat here in the inning. Swings and misses for strike 1. Bases are loaded. Now 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Bronx with 3 runs across. And that pitch is upstairs for ball 1 to count even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lawson Beamer in the on-deck circle if Omar can keep the inning alive. Pitch is inside for ball 2. And that pitch is high for ball 4. I missed a pitch there. I thought that was just ball 3 there. So a bases loaded walk to Omar Gonzalez. And the Bronx are back to the top of the lineup. Lawson Beamer started it off with a leadoff walk in the inning. His second trip to the plate. That's low outside for ball 1. Feltman checks the runners. And a strike at the knees. And the count even, 1 ball, 1 strike to Lawson Beamer. And strike called on the inside corner, and the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Alan Martinez on deck. And a breaking pitch taken for strike 3 at the belt. And the Bronx are done. But not before they score. 4 runs. And believe this, 4 runs on no hits. They leave them loaded. And there was 1 Cimarron error. 5 walks. 4 of them bases loaded walks, and the Bronx lead it 4-1. Take a timeout. We'll be back with the second inning right here on LakinSports.com. At Lakin Drug, their mission is simple. They strive to provide professional pharmacy services with hometown hospitality. Lakin Drug's experienced staff leads with compassion and utilizes modern technology to fit all of your individual needs. Whether it's prescription medications or over-the-counter products, Lakin Drug has the answer to all of your questions. Lakin Drug at 610 O'Loughlin Street in Lakin is a proud supporter of the community of Lakin and Lakin schools.
Refinance your auto loan at Golden Plains Credit Union. You could lower your current auto loan rate by 2% with no payments for up to 90 days. Rates can be as low as 3.25% annual percentage rate. This offer applies to loans financed from another lender. Think of all the money you could be saving every month. This is a limited time offer, so stop by and ask about refinancing your auto loan today. Golden Plains Credit Union. Life with a touch of gold. Member NCUA.
We go to the top of the second inning. Bronx leading Cimarron 4-1. Brett Hendricks with you. Thanks for joining me for Bronx baseball here this afternoon. Molinar leads it off for the Blue Jays here in the top of the second. And the count a 1 ball, 1 strike count to Molinar. Molinar, the third baseman here in game 1. And that pitch missed for ball 2, 2-1 to count. Beamer's pitch, and it's off the leg, and Molinar goes to first after being hit by a pitch.
Now batting number 17, Carson Burkhart.
Carson Burkhart now to the plate. For the second inning in a row, Cimarron with their leadoff runner aboard. Burkhart swings and fouls it off the helmet of the catcher, Jace Bachman, for strike one. Throw to first. Molinar back. Inside throw. Takes the first pitch on the inside corner for strike one. Beamer's pitch, low and in the dirt, blocked by Bachman. Count even, 1-1 strike. Dylan Jones on deck for the Blue Jays. Inside, and the count 2-1. Lawson Beamer looks in. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Nice job by Jace Bachman. That was going to the screen. Jace saved a run there. And the count 3-1 to Hunter Rennick. And that misses inside for ball four. And another run driven in on a bases loaded walk. And there's that slow trip to the mound, and a pitching change will be made. It goes to 4-4 now, as 3 runs have scored for the Blue Jays here in this half inning. Is there? I'm going to have to get some plastic to cover my camera if that's the case. So pitching change being made. We're in the top of the 4th inning. The bases are still loaded for the Blue Jays. And they have tied it up at 4 apiece. Matt Morgan on the hill now for the Bronx. Morgan, no wins or losses, making his 7th appearance here this afternoon. Morgan has allowed 27 runs on 28 hits. 17 of those runs are earned. He struck out 7 while walking 9 in 10 2/3 innings pitched. He has an 11.16 ERA. And they'll put Lawson Beamer at
Dylan Jones.
first base, so a position change. Morgan's pitch drifts outside for ball 1. Morgan's pitch low and inside for ball 2. Morgan checks the runners. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Low and in the dirt, and it's ball 3. Here's the wind in the 3-0. Strike right down the middle. So Matt Morgan now with the 3-1 count. to Dylan Jones. And a called strike on the inside corner, and it's now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Strikeout here would be huge for the Bronx. A high fly ball into shallow left center, and it will fall for a hit. Gonzalez throws it past the cutoff. But the runners do not advance. Harrison scores on the play. Feltman goes to third, and Rennick now at second base for Duncan. Duncan grounded out to the shortstop to end the first inning. Swings and misses at that first offering. Bases are still loaded. Cimarron now back on top, 5-4 with 2 outs. There's just still 1 out in the inning. 1-1 to count. Blue Jays have batted around the lineup. Here's the 1-1. And a line shot into shallow center over Martinez. It'll fall for a hit. Feltman scores. That brings up Caden Molinar at the plate. Pitch is outside for ball 1. Carson Burkhart on deck. Ball in the dirt, ball 2. Swing and a miss. Count 2-1. Morgan's 2-1 pitch is high, and the count goes to 3-1. Blue Jays with 5 runs across in the inning. And a called strike, and the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Molinar. A check swing and drifts foul out of play off the first base side. Count remains 3-2. Matt Wines, there's the payoff pitch. And the line shot up the middle. Martinez will grab it, step on the bag for 1. Yes! Over to first in time to complete the double play, and the Bronx get out of it. A 6-3 double play. And the Bronx are out of the threat. But not before the Blue Jays score 5 times to retake the lead at 6-4.
We'd like to give a birthday shout out to Carson Lovelady. If you see him in the stands, be sure to say happy birthday.
We'll be back right after this as we go to the bottom of the second. Don't go away.
They said this place was too isolated to call home. They said it was too remote to build a community. And then one day, a farmer strung a copper wire from one fence post to another and changed everything. We didn't build the communities of Southwest Kansas. No, we just brought them together.
We go to the bottom of the second inning. The Blue Jays, with 5 in the top of the second, retake the lead at 6-4. Leading it off for Lakin will be Alan Martinez. He'll be followed by Jace Bachman and Matt Morgan.
Batting for the Lakin Bronx, Alan Martinez.
Martinez, his first time up, reached on a fielder's choice. First pitch on the outside corner for strike one. First of 2 games here this afternoon going into this evening. Awful dark and gray off to the south. And Martinez with a bouncing ball towards second. Duncan on the hop throws to first in time for 1 away. 4-3 on the putout. That brings up Jace Bachman.
Now batting, Jace Bachman.
Bachman reached on a fielder's choice. Scored in the 4-run first inning for Lakin. Bachman came into the afternoon batting .700 on the season. Temperature was, I'm going to say, in the upper 50s when we started today. First pitch is upstairs to Bachman for ball 1. Pitch low and in the dirt, and the count goes to 2-0. Temperature in the 50s and a wind out of the north at 35. So typical day in western Kansas. 2-0 pitch. Now high fly ball, and all the center fielder can do is look up and take off to the fence. It's in the warning track. Bachman on his way to second. He's not stopping, and they will hold him at third with the 1-out triple. Bachman got that one up in the air quickly, and all I could do is look out at the center fielder, and all he did was look up and turn and start running. And that happens with this 380. When it's 380 to dead center field, now brings up Matt Morgan. Morgan with a walk, scored a run in the first, takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Morgan could tie it up here with one swing of the bat. Feltman looks at the runner, the 1-0. Outside. They called a strike on the outside corner. A late call, but it's 1-1. And Morgan foul tips that one into the glove, and he's down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Feltman took something off of it. Morgan fouled it straight back. Braden Fisher, the on-deck batter, chases down the errant baseball. And took something off of it again, and Morgan down on strikes for out number 2.
Now batting,
brings up Braden Fisher. Fisher with a bases loaded walk and an RBI in the first. Jace Bachman remains at third base. Fisher takes upstairs for ball 1. Kate Lovelady on deck. And a foul tip at the plate. Fisher's count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Fisher bats from the right side. Feltman, the right-hander, looks in. In the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fisher with a slow roller toward short. Garcia charges and can't come up with it. Bachman will score. Fisher will be at first on the error by the shortstop.
now batting, Cade Lovely.
That'll bring up Cade Lovelady. And Cade takes upstairs for ball 1. Fisher a huge lead at first. Harrison holding the runner on. Throw to first. Fisher back in safely. Timeout at the plate. Count 1-0 to Cade Lovelady. Low and in the dirt. Fisher on his way to second. Lovelady with one extra base hit on the season. Base hit here could tie it up. 2-0 the count. Feltman looks back at Fisher. And Lovelady leans back and takes ball 3. Ty Davidson on deck. And a strike called right down the heart. And it's 3-1. Lovelady taking all the way at 3-0. Lovelady fouls that out of play off the first base side. And now the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Braden Fisher, the 2-out runner at second base. Low and in the dirt. Ball gets past Jones. Fisher will go to third. Lovelady will be at first.
Batting for the Lakin Bronx, Ty Davidson.
Brings up Ty Davidson. Davidson reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. Five runs, but have just 1 hit so far on the evening. Fisher at third, Lovelady at first. Here's the pitch to Davidson. It's high for ball 1. Maddox Beltran on deck. Here's the 1-0. Lovelady running on the pitch. And the throw is in time. 2-4. And that'll do it for the Bronx. Ty Davidson will be at the plate in the 3rd inning. So for the Bronx, 1 run on 1 hit. They strand a base runner. And there was 1. One Cimarron error. After 2 complete, the score, Cimarron 6 and the Bronx 5. You're watching Bronx Baseball on LakinSports.com, Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. We'll be back right after this.
A lot of action on the street today, huh, Willie?
Yep. Oh, check out the German V8.
Good car.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Ooh, 64 dream car.
At Shelter Insurance, we insure all your favorite rides.
Oh, classic convertible.
And have since 1946.
Sweet pickup. Hiya, Muggsy.
Yo.
From Hot Wheels to hybrids, we've got you covered.
Hey, mailman.
Love those shoes.
Hey, where you going?
Shelter Insurance. Wear your shield. We're your shelter.
Carson Burkhart leads it off for the Blue Jays. Takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. 1-0 pitch and a ground ball through the hole. Martinez scoops it up, but will not make the throw. So an infield single for Carson Burkhart. What are you doing there, dog? What? Yeah, it's on, but we'll go ahead and start it. It'll probably erase it now. Yeah, you're right. It was working.
Yeah, that's weird.
Throw to first. Burkhart back in time. It's been on ever since. But you know what? Look at that blue. The Cimarron. I had it blue for a while. Now it's transparent again. I don't know what's going on with that. Pitch low and inside for ball one. Garrett Bogner, the hitter for the Blue Jays. He'll be followed by David Garcia. Looper fair up the right field line. Gets past the right fielder. Burkhart will go to third. Bogner to second. And a ball single and an error on the right fielder.
Batting for Cimarron, number 4, David Garcia.
And that'll bring up David Garcia, the shortstop. Now 2 runners in scoring position. Nobody out here in the top of the third. Matt Morgan's first pitch. Stays high for ball one. Lights are on here at Laux Park. And that pitch is low for ball two. Strike taken at the knees. Count goes to 2-1. Fouled at the plate. In the count now even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Braxton Harrison, the top of the lineup, waits on deck. Morgan checks the runners. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And a line shot into shallow left will fall for a hit. And an RBI single for David Garcia. 3 straight singles to start the inning for the Blue Jays. Burkhart scores on the play. Bogner goes to third. And that'll bring up Braxton Harrison. You can even smell the rain outside coming. Is it raining? Find me a trash bag. I need to cover my camera. High fly ball up the right field line. It's out of here, but foul. So yeah, we've got to find something to. I've got a camera sitting out in the rain. Morgan looks at the runner at first. Pitch is inside. And you count 1 ball, 1 strike to Braxton Harrison. Braden Fisher now playing first base for the Bronx. They've got Lawson Beamer now out in right field. Out in center field. Throw to first, runner back in safely. I've got some tape. We can tape it up around that lens. Okay, Cassidy, call the play-by-play while I'm doing this. High pop fly to right field. Maddox Beltran over towards the line, makes the catch. He dropped it, but they ruled that he was pulling it out to throw. Now they've got the runner will be tagged at second. Good throw at home is going to get the runner here. Got him! Yeah! Bronx with a triple play to get out of the inning. Holy cow. What started out with 3 straight singles, you thought this inning might have been disastrous for the Bronx, but all of a sudden, we're going to go a 9-3-6, and then 9-3-6-2 on the putout of Bogner at home. What a finish to the inning, but a beneficial for the Bronx. And the Blue Jays head coach is questioning, but Beltran made the catch. And you could see he dropped it as he was trying to pull it out of the glove. There is some moisture in the air now, so that ball, I'm sure, is getting wet. But nonetheless, it is a triple play, and the Bronx get out of the inning. So we're going to take a timeout as well, kind of get my paperwork situated, and we'll be back right after this.
Farmers, they're the lifeblood of America. The men and women who tackle the toughest jobs to put clothes on our backs and food on our tables. They might do it quietly, but their genuine values and tireless work ethic are an inspiration to us all. Some might say farming is a thankless occupation, so that's why we're taking the time to say thanks. Farm Bureau Financial Services, protecting what matters most.
I'm Farm Bureau Agent Nikki Harris of Lakin, and I'm proud to support America's farmers.
We go to the bottom of the third inning. Ty Davidson will lead it off as the rain starts to fall here at Lakin. It was actually in the top of the inning. And that's a strike, and the count 1-1 to Ty Davidson. So it's getting to where the conditions are not going to be conducive for baseball here before too long. Davidson fouls that one back, and the count 1-2 as I catch up our scoreboard here. I think Jared bailing me out in between innings, wrapping some plastic around our camera. Davidson, a high pop-up behind the plate. Pitcher sprinting in. The catcher didn't find it. And the count will remain 1-2. That's a situation there, though, that the infielders they've got to help the catcher. They've got to be pointing and yelling. And you could hear Dylan Jones saying he never saw it. 1-2, high and inside, and the count 2-2 to Ty Davidson. You know, I can sympathize with him. You're wearing that helmet and all that stuff and trying to find a ball in a gray sky right now, and it's raining. And a strike called. Davidson out looking for one away. That brings up Maddox Beltran. Beltran with a base on balls, his first time up. Omar Gonzalez on deck. First pitch is high for ball one. Yeah, there's one raindrop kind of at the top, but other than that, you did.
I'll get that out of the way too. Do I need to go right any, or is it good?
No, I think you could go right just a little bit, maybe. Okay. It looks to me like it zoomed out. You could maybe go right just a little, but not much. Count 2-1. I'll tell you what, when it starts raining like this, we still have a great picture there, so we're not going to complain too much. 2-1 pitch, inside. Beltran steps back out of the way, and the count 3-1. Lady Bronx softball team is on the road at Cimarron tonight for a doubleheader. Have not heard any updates. I'm sure we'll get updates. Lady Bronx 7-7 on the season. There's the 3-1 pitch to Maddox, and a swing and a miss, and the count is full. 3-2. Jared, you did a great job. I'll double your salary. How's that? And that pitch way inside for ball four. That's what I always tell JD to work with, because I'll double his salary every year. Well, hey, 0 is 0. Yeah. That'll bring up Omar Gonzalez. Pitch low and away for ball one. But, you know, you do it for the experience, you know. You know, you get to hang with me. 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed by Omar, and the count even 1 ball, 1 strike. Beltran to lead at first. Throw gets past gets off the glove of Harrison, but not far enough for Beltran to advance. Count remains 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, I'll tell you what, with weather like this, I've sat outside even in weather like this to call a game, and it is definitely not fun. Gonzalez swings and misses, and the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. I remember regional softball out here. There was a gentleman from Goodland that was kind enough to come over and hold an umbrella over me. Never got the guy's name, but here's the 1-2 pitch, low and in the dirt. Count goes even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Never got his name, but as soon as the rain came and they called the games, he was out of there. They were heading home, and I don't blame him. Beltran with a good lead, 2-2 pitch, and a strike 3 called at the knees. And Gonzalez down on strikes for 2 away. That brings up Lawson Beamer. Now 2 away. It's not a heavy rain. It's just enough to be miserable. First pitch is outside to Beamer. Beamer 0 for 1. He walked and scored in the first. Struck out looking also to end the first. And that's taken inside for ball 2. Temperature, you can definitely feel it. I've got the window open. You can feel it getting colder as a little breeze that whips around the press box here. Beamer taking all the way for strike 1. 2-1 to count. The lights are on. The drizzly rain is starting to fall. Beltran, huge lead. Off on the pitch and got him for 3 away. Beamer will lead off the inning when we go to the 4th. Caught stealing for Beltran, 2-6 on the play. And that'll do it for the Bronx in the 3rd inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left, and no Cimarron errors. We go to the 4th inning. The score, Cimarron 7, the Bronx 5. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Bronx Baseball on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube and lakinsports.com.
Home improvements that have had to wait. The dream vacation your family deserves. Even college tuition. Garden City State Bank can help you make it all happen now, not someday. With a home equity line of credit, you can borrow up to 90% of the value of your home, and the interest may be tax deductible. Plus, there are no closing costs, no application fees, and no annual fees. A fast, easy, convenient home equity line of credit from Garden City State Bank, a branch of the Kearney County Bank. Subject to credit approval, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Michael Feltman will lead it off for the Blue Jays here in the 4th inning. Feltman 1 for 2, an RBI single his last time up. Swings and misses for strike 1. Hunter Rennick on deck. He'll be followed by Dylan Jones. Matt Morgan on the hill. Slow roller back to Morgan. Morgan bobbles and overthrows the first baseman, but a great job by Maddox Beltran to back up first base. So an error puts Feltman at first. Brings up Hunter Rennick, the designated hitter. Rennick 1 for 1, singled, and was caught stealing in the first. He earned a bases loaded walk in the second. I don't know, does it seem like it's getting a little bit heavier, Jared? Throw to first. They got the runners caught between first and second. And they got him. 1-3-6-1 on the putout of Michael Feltman. And a big caught stealing for the Bronx to get out number 1. Nice pickoff move by Matt Morgan. Here's the first pitch to Rennick. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Dylan Jones on deck. And that pitch is outside for ball 1-1-1 to count. This has been the 4th inning in a row. The Blue Jays got their leadoff batter aboard, but a nice job by Matt Morgan to cut him down on the caught stealing. High fly ball to right center field. Beltran over in the hole, won't get there, and it's just short of the warning track. And a 1-out double for Hunter Rennick. Maddox Beltran did a good job to get that ball back in quickly and hit the cutoff man, Ty Davidson out in shallow right. Brings up Dylan Jones. Jones 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Morgan checks the runner. First pitch taken high for ball 1. Duncan on deck for the Blue Jays. Swung on and missed. And the count to Dylan Jones is 1 ball, 1 strike. Missing inside for ball 2. Jones squibs it foul up the first baseline, and the count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes. Third baseman Cade Lovelady, well, I thought he was playing at the edge of the grass, but he came in on the grass just to get the dirt out of his cleats. Breaking pitch got him looking for out number 2. Big pitch by Matt Morgan to get the second out. Now with 2 outs, Duncan comes to the plate.
Batting number 5, Emmerich Duncan.
First pitch from Matt Morgan. Missing outside for ball 1. Morgan checks the runner, the 1-0 pitch. On the inside corner, count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at second, 2 outs. We're in the top of the 4th. Matt Morgan's 1-1 pitch. Swung on. Ball was in the dirt for strike 2. Morgan checks the runner, the 1-2 pitch. Breaking pitch, got him on the outside corner. Beautiful pitch to get out of the inning. So for the Blue Jays, no runs on 1 hit. They strand a base runner, and there was 1 Bronc error. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Bronx trail at 7-5. At Lakin Drug, their mission is simple. They strive to provide professional pharmacy services with hometown hospitality. Lakin Drug's experienced staff leads with compassion and utilizes modern technology to fit all of your individual needs. Whether it's prescription medications or over-the-counter products, Lakin Drug has the answer to all of your questions. Lakin Drug at 610 O'Loughlin Street in Lakin is a proud supporter of the community of Lakin and Lakin schools. Lawson Beamer leads it off for the Bronx in the bottom of the fourth. Lawson was at the plate when Maddox Beltran was cut down trying to steal to end the third inning. Michael Feltman out for his fourth inning of work. Beamer backs out, count 2-0. Rain continues to fall here at Laux Park. And strike called on the inside corner at the knees. Count 2 balls, 1 strike. Let's see, I need to change my innings there. There we go, bottom of the fourth. And Beamer taking on the outside corner and the count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Blue Jays with 1 in the first, 5 in the second, 1 more in the third. Bronx with 4 in the first, 1 in the second. And Beamer down on strikes as he swings at the 2-2 pitch. And that brings up Alan Martinez. Martinez 0 for 2. Nobody on, 1 out. And we've got a timeout on the field. You know, the more they talk, it's not going to get any better. Now I think they're going to talk about this. The players can't even keep the dirt out of their cleats right now. So we're going to talk about this, and there's no way to delay this because the rain's here to stay for a while. What's that? Well, that might be a possibility. You might. Oh, I'll tell you what. Let's take a timeout. We're going to visit off screen for a minute. We'll be back right after this.
Farmers, they're the lifeblood of America. The men and women who tackle the toughest jobs to put clothes on our backs and food on our tables. They might do it quietly, but their genuine values and tireless work ethic are an inspiration to us all. Some might say farming is a thankless occupation, so that's why we're taking the time to say thanks. Farm Bureau Financial Services, protecting what matters most.
I'm Farm Bureau Agent Nikki Harris of Lakin, and I'm proud to support America's farmers.
First pitch fouled back by Alan Martinez for strike 1. Was looking at the radar during the meeting between the umpires and coaches, and really looks like, if we were in Garden City, there's no way in heck we would be playing. Looks really heavy over that way. Here's the 0-1 in the dirt, count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. But it looks like it's moving away from Lakin, and it may stop. The rain may stop here, so we just have to see. It might be a situation where we maybe just take a break and might be able to get this still get this in. Martinez with a ground ball off the glove of the third baseman into left field. I don't even think it was off the glove. I think it just bounced through. So Martinez with the single. That'll bring up Jace Bachman. So Bachman 1 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first and scored. Tripled in the second and scored. Bronx may look to run here, but it's a slick track, so you have to be careful. Matt Morgan on deck. Feltman, throw to first. Martinez easily back in time. But I don't know, even just looking out, I don't see as much of it. Well, yeah, I can see it against the trees. Pitch misses inside for ball 1. 1-0 to the count to Jace. But, just by looking at the radar, might be able to just wait this out. I don't know. Feltman, snap throw to first. Blue Jays want to keep Alan Martinez close. Bachman's 1-0 pitch, a high fly ball to right field. The right fielder Burkhart playing the win, reaches back to make the play, and Martinez retreats back to first. Bachman got it up in the wind, but didn't get enough behind it. Now that'll bring up Matt Morgan with 2 outs. Morgan with a line shot up the middle for a base hit. And Martinez will stop at second base. So the Bronx with their first multiple hit inning. Braden Fisher comes to the plate. First pitch to Braden is upstairs for ball 1. Kate Lovelady on deck. 2 on, 2 outs here in the home half of the 4th. Feltman looks back. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And Fisher takes high for ball 2. Strike called on the inside corner at the knees. Count 2-1 to Braden. Base hit here would score at least 1. A gapper could score 2. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Fisher, and it's upstairs for ball 3. 3-1. Tonight is senior night recognition. That could be on hold with the weather. Throw off the first baseman. Oh, that was a balk. So that was a balk called. So they get the bases anyway. I didn't look up to see what he did. He might not have. I'm not sure. All I saw was the ball bounce off of Braxton Harrison. So now both runners in scoring position. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Braden Fisher, and it's upstairs to the screen. Martinez up the line, will score. Fisher rounds first, and he's going to go to second, unless they called time. The base umpire is coming in, so we'll wait and see. Martinez scores on the wild pitch. Morgan goes to third, and they're going to take Braden back to first. I wondered that.
He went real late.
Well, the umpire could have had timeout right after that. And we've got a timeout on the field. I don't know what they're going to talk about. Yeah, I don't know if it's so much of a rain as just a, heavy drizzle maybe. I don't know, because, I can see it against the trees, but it is still coming down. And a pitching change being made. Braxton Harrison will come over from first. Feltman will go to first. Okay, so Feltman in the fourth will pitch. Excuse me, Harrison in the fourth will pitch. Feltman will go to first. So Braxton Harrison on the hill now for the Blue Jays as Kate Lovelady steps in. Lovelady, no official at bat thus far. He has 2 walks. One was a bases loaded walk in the first inning with an RBI. Now runners at the corners, 2 outs. Braxton Harrison on in relief of starter Michael Feltman. Bronx with a run across. Base hit could tie this up. Fisher off on the pitch. Ball is in the dirt. Morgan up the line. And they got the runner. And the problem is Morgan, when he slid, kind of stuck, and his hand was on top of the glove. So Morgan out 2-1 for out number 3. You always hate to see an out at home. But the Bronx do get a run on 2 hits. They strand a base runner and no Cimarron errors. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back. We go to the top of the 5th right after this. You're watching Bronx Baseball.
They said this place was too isolated to call home. They said it was too remote to build a community. And then one day, a farmer strung a copper wire from one fence post to another and changed everything. We didn't build the communities of Southwest Kansas. No, we just brought them together.
We go to the top of the 5th inning. Cimarron leading the Bronx by the score of 7-6. Leading it off for the Blue Jays is Caden Molinar. And a foul ball up the right field line. Fouls for strike 1. 1-1 to count. Update our scoreboard. It is 7-6. Pitch from Morgan. Swung on and missed. And the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. That'll bring up, on deck is Carson Burkhart. And he'll be followed by Bogner. And a called 3rd strike. And Molinar down on strikes for out number 1. Carson Burkhart to the plate. Burkhart 1 for 2.
Carson Burkhart.
Singled and scored in the 3rd inning. First pitch from Morgan. And Lovelady wisely lets it go foul for strike 1. Good idea there, because you're not going to pick that up and make that throw. So you just take your chances that it'll roll foul. Strike 1 the count. Just misses. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed, and the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Morgan's 1-2 pitch. Breaking pitch got him swinging for out number 2. Brings up Bogner. Bogner 1 for 1. He was hit by a pitch and scored in the second. Had a single in the third and was part of an inning-ending triple play by the Bronx. That pitch is low. I have no idea what the count is. I think it's 1-1, but I'm not sure. Swing and a miss. I think it's a 1-2 count.
We're going to go for it. Otherwise, that would have been strike 3.
Now it's 2 strikes, no matter what. Fouls that one up the third base side.
We appreciate your effort.
Oops. There we go. 1-2. Nobody on, 2 outs. We're in the top of the 5th. Matt Morgan from the windup. 1-2 pitch. Just missed the outside corner, and the count even 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Now I can see his hand.
Yeah, we could see that one, couldn't we?
It doesn't even give him very long, though. Like, it's fast.
2-2 pitch. Flared off the end of the bat. Foul off the first base side. Count remains 2-2. The light rain continues to fall here at Laux Park in Lakin. 2-2 pitch once again. Breaking pitch just high, and the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. I was hoping maybe they'd just give us one there. 3-2 pitch. Here's the payoff. 3-2 count, I meant. Here's the payoff pitch, and it's fouled off again. Count remains 3-2. You know, I could have been technical on that pitch there. Hey, the strike zone is from the armpits to the knees, but you don't ever get that letters. You don't get that letters pitch called very often. 3-2 pitch, and it just misses for ball 4. And a 2-out walk for Jarrett Bogner. That'll bring up David Garcia. You know, of course, I'm a homer, and you can always hope. Garcia 1 for 1. Singled and drove in a run in the third. Was hit by a pitch and scored in the second. And Coach Davidson brings out some new dry baseballs. And the Bronx are going to make a pitching change, and right now it's just a strategy because they have to save pitches for Thursday. They play in Bronx play in Holcomb on Thursday. So Matt Morgan's day on the mound is done. And a productive day on the mound for Matt Morgan. He did a good job in relief of starter Lawson Beamer. So Fisher will go back to center field. And so Bodie will enter the batting position for Omar Gonzalez. So while we have a timeout and the pitching change, we're going to take a break as well. We'll be back.
Fred Ripsema established the Lakin Dairy in 1997 and is now a leading producer of high-quality milk for human consumption. The Lakin Dairy is proud to be a big part of the Kearney County economy and community. With fantastic, dedicated, and hard-working employees, the Lakin Dairy prospers in the heart of, as Fred calls it, the Midwest Feed Shed. Always supporting the Lakin High School students, the Lakin Dairy, a verified premium operation, is honored to call Kearney County home at lakindairy.com on the internet.
Pitching change being made. Bodie McCormick now on in relief of Matt Morgan. Bodie on the season, 1-0, making his 6th appearance. Bodie has allowed 9 runs on 10 hits in 5 1/3 inning, has walked 9, struck out 1, has an ERA of 7.88. And the first batter he will face will be David Garcia. And like I said, this is just strategy here. The Bronx play Holcomb on Thursday. Have to save some pitching. First pitch to Garcia, fouled back and out of play for strike 1. Runner at first is Bogner. Drew a 2-out walk. 1-0 pitch from Bodie McCormick is high for ball 1. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the top of the 5th. Blue Jays leading 7-6. McCormick's pitch. Upstairs for ball 2. 2-1 to count. Lawson Beamer now over in left field. And Garcia fouls that one off as the count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Morgan back at first, holding the runner. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled. Bogner was off on the pitch, but he'll have to come back. Count 2-2. And got him. A called third strike on the outside corner. Bodie McCormick comes in and shuts down the threat. And that's 3 away in the 5th. For the Blue Jays, no runs, no hits. They strand a base runner. And there were no Bronc errors. We go to the home half of the 5th. The Broncs trail it 7-6. We'll be back. You're watching Broncs baseball on LakinSports.com, Lakin Broncs Sports YouTube.
Refinance your auto loan at Golden Plains Credit Union. You could lower your current auto loan rate by 2% with no payments for up to 90 days. Rates can be as low as 3.25% annual percentage rate. This offer applies to loans financed from another lender. Think of all the money you could be saving every month. This is a limited time offer, so stop by and ask about refinancing your auto loan today. Golden Plains Credit Union. Life with a touch of gold. Member NCUA.
We go to the bottom of the 5th. Cade Lovelady will lead it off for the Broncs. He was at the plate when Matt Morgan was cut down at the plate. So just got the word from the umpire, this inning will be it, which of course 5 innings makes it a complete game. So the Broncs need 2 to win, and they won't end it in a tie, so they at least need 1 to keep this game alive. So Kate Lovelady leads it off. He'll be followed by Ty Davidson and Maddox Beltran, and if anybody gets on, Bodie McCormick. Braxton Harrison, first pitch swung on and missed, and Kate down in the count 0-1. Harrison's 0-1 pitch in the dirt for ball 1, 1-1 to count. Rain continues to fall. Actually, looks like it's getting a little bit heavier. There's the 1-1 pitch. Strike taken on the outside corner, and it's 1-2. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Broncs need 1 to tie. 2 to win. Braxton Harrison on in relief of starter Michael Feltman. Here's the wind and the 1-2. Lovelady fouls it back, stays alive with the 1 ball, 2 strike count. Harrison came on in relief in the bottom of the 4th, threw 1 pitch, which was a ball to Lovelady, but they got the out with Morgan trying to score and freezes Lovelady with the breaking pitch for out number 1. That'll bring up Ty Davidson. Strike 1 to Davidson, 0-1 to count. And that's low in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Davidson 0 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice and drove in a run in the first. Here's the 1-1 pitch to him. In a slow roller up the third base line. Harrison slips, throws to first, and it's off the glove of the first baseman, and Davidson will be safe on the air. That brings up Jayton Hash. Jayton looking for his first hit of this season. He's 0 for 4. Takes that pitch low for a ball. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Hash with a roller towards second. Second baseman up will go to first in time. And Ty Davidson at second base. 4-3 on the putout, and that brings up Bodie McCormick. Bodie McCormick on the season batting .242, has 8 hits in 33 at-bats, has scored 8 runs, has driven in 9, has 2 doubles. Like to see him hit one to a gap here to tie this up at 7. Pitch low and outside for ball 1. Braxton Harrison checks the runner. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And a swing and a miss. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch, low. Count 2-1. Lawson Beamer on deck. If Bodie McCormick can keep this game alive for the Bronx. A runner at second, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 5th. We've been told this is it. Swing and a miss. And the Bronx down to their final strike. Harrison looks in. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Bodie with a high pop-up up the right field line, but will drift foul. And the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. The wind has definitely died down. It's not howling out of the north like it was when we started. It was about 30 miles an hour when we got started here. But with the rain moving in the area, it dropped the wind considerably. It's still a breeze out of the north. 2-2 the count. Breaking pitch missed just high. And the count full at 3-2. So it comes down to this. Full count. Here's the payoff pitch. And it's low and in the dirt. And Davidson will go to third on the wild pitch. McCormick goes to first with the 2-out walk. Now that'll bring up Lawson Beamer. Lawson looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Lawson came into the afternoon batting .350. Davidson at third, McCormick the runner at first. Low and in the dirt for ball 1. Alan Martinez on deck. One-0 pitch taken at the knees for strike 1. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Harrison's pitch, swung on and missed. And Beamer down in count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Breaking pitch stayed high for ball 2. 2-2 now the count to Lawson Beamer. McCormick off on the pitch, and strike 3 called, and that'll do it. Bronx no runs on no hits. They strand a base runner. And
the senior night ceremony will be moved to Friday, maybe Thursday and Friday. Be on the lookout for messages from Coach Schmidt. He should be able to give you more information at a later date. Thank you.
So senior night has been canceled for tonight. They will move it to Thursday during the home softball. So Lady Bronx softball will have their senior night on Thursday. So as part of the senior night recognition will be then, and then the Lakin Invitational track meet on Friday. They will have a senior night for track, and I would imagine they'll either add baseball or golf to that. So Bronx lose a hard one here, and it's really too bad because the weather had to play a factor into this. It was a 7-6 game, and really sad the weather had to play into this because really robbed two teams of trying to play at their best, and just was not going to work here today. So we're going to take a 2-minute timeout. And we'll add up the totals. When we can't have them, we'll have the totals for you. And we'll talk to Bronx head coach Steve Davidson when we return. Once again, the Bronx lose it 7-6. And that will be the only game that we have here this evening because of the rain and wet conditions. So we'll be back in about 2.5 minutes.
LakinSports.com is proud to serve Lakin High School with streaming video coverage of the Lakin Bronx and Lady Bronx sporting events. During these trying times, Brett and Sandy Hendricks are extremely proud to be able to bring Lakin High School sports to Lakin fans via the internet. Of course, without the continued support of the sponsoring businesses, LakinSports.com would not be able to bring you Lakin High School sports. A big thanks goes out to Farm Bureau Financial Services of Lakin, the Agency of Lakin and Garden City, Flashbacks Diner, the Lakin Bronkbackers, Lakin Drug, Shelter Insurance Gwen Wechter, the Lakin Recreation Commission, Pioneer Communications of Southwest Kansas, Hendricks Welding Brad Hendricks, along with Lakin Hay, the Golden Plains Credit Union, D. Bach Metals Dwayne Bachman, and Casey's General Store, as well as the Kearney County Bank and the Garden City State Bank. Please patronize our sponsors and be sure to tell them thank you for bringing you Lakin High School sports on LakinSports.com. Back we go now to the voice of the Lakin Bronx and the Lakin Lady Bronx, Mr. Brett Hendricks.
Welcome back to Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube, LakinSports.com. Brett Hendricks with you, and our day has been cut short due to the rain and wet conditions. Tonight was senior night. Will be no recognition for seniors tonight in between games. They will move that to Thursday in between games of the Lady Bronx softball games against Holcomb on Thursday, and then some senior night recognition as well with the track meet on Friday. So so those of you wondering about senior night, check the Lakin High School website, check Lakin Bronx Athletics on Facebook, and you'll get all of the information, and we'll try to keep you informed on LakinSports.com. Those of you who've been looking at LakinSports.com's website, I apologize, but we've had some technical difficulties with that and can't seem to get them to work. I've sent emails to Yahoo that handles our website, and for some reason I just can't get it to update and publish. It keeps sending me an error, and so we'll try to get it fixed. And look at the totals. First for Cimarron, they win it and push their record to 4-11 on the season. They had 7 runs on 10 hits. They stranded 6 base runners and committed 3 errors. The Bronx, 6 runs on just 3 hits. They stranded 6 and committed 2 errors. Bronx fall to 10-6 on the season with the loss. And as we talked about earlier, big games for, I would say more for the Bronx, because they were sitting in the number 3 spot. Cimarron with just 3 wins. They were sitting in the number 7 spot, and one way or the other, I don't think the wins or losses were going to push them up or down a spot at all. So it really wasn't as big a game for them as far as seedings go as it was for the Bronx, and they lose it by the score of 7-6. But like I said, the unfortunate thing is the weather. The weather is not conducive of baseball. They tried to stick it out as long as they could, and it just wasn't to be. The radar showed the heaviest was moving past us, and it was moving out of the area. But as it is on the backside of a storm, it can still be raining whether the radar shows it or not. So, but nonetheless, it's a complete game in 5 innings, and Jared pulls our camera in, so we're without a video. So those of you watching, I'm talking to a black screen, so that's okay. Got to protect the equipment, and I want to thank Jared for pulling our equipment in, because it doesn't need to sit out there in the rain. He covered us in plastic and did everything. See ya. We tried.
Yeah, we did.
Take care. And, yep. Pulling all the cords and everything in. Thank you, Jared. And here. Let that. And yes, Coach Davidson's still down in the dugout, and I don't know if I'll get a chance to visit with him or not, because this was going to be my last baseball broadcast of the season, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to make regionals either. So, we'll let it go, and if we can, maybe we'll pull Coach Davidson. Well, we won't be able to pull him in for softball on senior night on Thursday, but we're just going to go ahead and end it. The rain has not created a very good night for us, and was not a very good finish to this ball game as well either. So, you know what? We're just going to end it, and that's going to do it for us. Like I said, this may be our last broadcast of baseball this year, and I want to thank all the baseball fans that have joined us. I want to thank everybody for the kind words, and we do dearly appreciate everything, and glad we were able to bring some of the games. We didn't bring them all. And, that silly little thing that I have called a job gets in the way of what I really love to do most of all. And we just have to pick and choose our dates and our locations to do what we do. So that's going to wrap it up from here at Laux Park. A beautiful facility, was in great shape tonight, but Mother Nature said not so fast. And that's going to do it. We're back on the air Thursday night with Lady Bronx softball. And for the Lady Bronx, that is senior night as well. And we'll have that for you here on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube and LakinSports.com. So until then, everybody have a great week. And we will talk to you again on Thursday. And we'll keep you posted. If things can work out, maybe we could still add another baseball game in. But as of right now, I don't know if it's going to happen. But anything can happen. We show up at the strangest times. So until then, have a great week. We'll talk to you on Thursday with Lady Bronx Softball. Until then, take care.